Yo, what's up? What's going on here? The Boxing Source checking in. And I wanted to talk about a fight at 154 pounds. Now, it's going to involve two fighters that have, pretty much titles or interim titles. They're at 154 pounds. You have Brian Mendoza with the WBC title. You have Tim Tszyu with the WBO title. And now they're going to be facing each other here. And this is a very, very good matchup, it seems like, here with Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza. Now, Brian Mendoza is coming off of defeating Sebastian Fundora, knocking him out to win the WBC interim title. And you have Tim Tszyu that has held the WBO interim title and has scored wins, particularly recently against Tony Harrison, who was a former world champion himself at 154 pounds. And of course, a number of people know that Tim Tszyu was in line to face Jermell Charlo, the undisputed super welterweight champion. But Jermell Charlo is now in position to be fighting Canelo Alvarez September 30th in Las Vegas. So, in the meantime, I guess, and this is what's scheduled for a couple of weeks later. That will be in Australia. So, Brian Mendoza going up against Tim Tszyu. And it's a pretty good matchup there in the super welterweight division. Now, given the styles of Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza, this has the makings of a very good fight. I wouldn't necessarily say that it would kind of be like how Sebastian Fundora versus Erickson Lubin was. At that particular time, I was really looking forward to that fight because I had known, what Lubin was doing. I know what Sebastian Fundora was doing at that time. And so that made for a very, very good fight leading into it. And it ended up, being one of the best fights of the year that year, Here, hopefully we get that with Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza. Like I said, they've been able to stop opponents. You had, like I said, the stoppage victory by Tim Tszyu over Tony Harrison. And Brian Mendoza probably had one of the most eventful knockouts of the year so far this year when he was able to defeat Sebastian Fundora to win the WBC interim title. So, this kind of makes for something here in the sense to where you could have a good matchup there in the 154-pound division at the very least, as we wait to see what happens with Jermell Charlo, the undisputed champion, as he challenges Canelo Alvarez in the super middleweight division. But with that being said, this here, you kind of pretty much say, hey, Tim Tszyu is, regarded by pretty much everybody as the number 2 fighter at 154 pounds, and Brian Mendoza is, right there within the top 5. Probably could be number 3, number 4, or whatever it is. So you're gonna have 2 top 5 guys in the 154-pound division that will be facing each other here in this particular matchup that's coming up and should be scheduled for October. So that's good news here when it comes to matchups there at 154. I think it's a very good one that was able to be set up. So, hey, why not go ahead and have this fight take place here at 154 while we see what happens with Jermell Charlo. But with that being said, that's what I got in reference to that announcement. We got more stuff here on the Boxing Source that we're going to be talking about, over the course of the next couple of days. But be sure to subscribe as, we got, a number of things here that we're going to be posting up. And we really appreciate the support here at the Boxing Source. So until next time, I'll check y'all later. Peace.